Okay, so let me see. Mic is working. This is working. I'm having a look on Facebook. See if I'm live there too. And then we can start. Yes. Okay, so just in case, I'm just staying on that page because Facebook is not always sharing all your comments. Good morning. I hope you had a lovely weekend. Let me just see, is there anything? No comments. Ah, now I'm seeing comments here. Okay. So, and there are some people watching. That is great. Let me just know who you are, from where you are joining us this morning, and then I'm ready for our Q&A this morning. Okay. Yeah, let me just introduce myself. I know not everybody knows who I am. My name is Dagmar Breiling-Marie. I'm the CEO and the funding strategist here at Funding Connection. And what do we do? Myself and my team, we are assisting entrepreneurs to raise capital. We do that through lots of advisory. We first want to determine if you even qualify for any of the funds and grants out there. Harsh reality is not every business idea is fundable. Yeah. So we just want to make sure that you have a good chance that things are fundable for you, and then in the second step we can say, okay, so let's do a business plan, let's do some financial forecast. In some cases you may need investor pitch deck, company profile, all the documents you may need. Sandila is there from Umzimkulu. That is great. Good morning, Sandila. And then we can, of course, also in the second step assist you with the application process. We are submitting here really on a weekly basis to specifically all the government institutions, but of course also to all other financiers. We have a look for you if there are any grants available, and can also assist you with this application process. Do we charge for our services? Yes, we are a private consulting firm. We of course charge for our services. Hello, Richard. Hello. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Tili Wali, good morning. I hope that wasn't too bad. Lovely to see you all here this morning. So this is a Q&A. If you have any questions regarding funding, starting a business, or or raising capital, Christo, good morning. Just let me know. I'm not doing this alone. I have an amazing team who is working with me. Great business development managers here. We have somebody for only concentrating on your applications. Deeps, good morning. And just to make sure that you are getting the experts in their field. I have a team of, at the moment, 4 business plan writers and project managers who are handling or drafting your business plan and all other relevant documentations, and also of course an amazing administrative team here. We are using lots of apps, honestly, and I'm confident that we are also in admin work. We are easily saving 2, maybe even 3 staff members. Do we pay for these apps? Yes, but it's these tedious steps of work what they are taking away, so it definitely makes all our lives so much easier. Potla Lipula. Hello, hello, everybody, she says. Okay, so Yes, what do I, if you have any questions, please feel free just to ask me, just write in in the comments and I will answer everything. What I definitely would like to do is I want to mention that there will be a lovely workshop, free workshop, masterclass on Thursday between 1 and 2:30. I'm doing this in conjunction with the Wadwani Foundation. They asked me to hold it. Okay, and let me just see. I want to share the link with you. I'm just trying here to get the link out of the system. Okay, so this is the link to register. That's a Teams meeting link, and let me just also share the name of the event. It doesn't do that. Okay, but I'll find ways to convince it to do it. And that's the title: Scaling and Growth Strategy for Startups and SMMEs. I definitely will talk a lot about what I have done as a consulting firm, but of course also what I see, what is working with for my clients, for my one-on-one meetings, for my joint ventures I'm having with a couple of businesses, just to make sure that we are here to help and we want to grow South African economy. Yeah. Knowles, hello. Are you guys a government institution? No, we are a private consulting firm. Yeah, and that's why I said we are charging for our services. The majority of our funding applications definitely go to government institutions, but we help you all the way through all the steps, making sure that you're ticking all the boxes and increasing your chances dramatically, Knowles. Yeah. Okay, so I mentioned the scaling and growth strategies for startups. I think that was important. Yes, I'm just talking about what I don't know about some meetings I had last week where I think I can share some insights for you, you know. So and what you can also implement on your side. Maybe just let me just go back to my webinar and the masterclass what I am doing on Thursday. So you are only able to grow, and that is also something what I know all these things. You know this? If you think, shish, I know if somebody else would ask me, that is what I would recommend them, and I was always thought, oh, that doesn't apply to me because I know how to do that, and it applies. Okay, so it is for everybody. You need to be ready to be able to scale. Scaling means that you are definitely, as a business owner, first of all, you need to be able to concentrate on sales, and you need to be able to be at your limit what you are able to manage sales wise. Only then it makes really sense to hire somebody else. Yeah, because you need to have systems in place to get to a certain sales per month consistently, of course, because you don't want, specifically if you're a one woman or one man show, okay, sales goes like this, okay, it's a roller coaster, and that is what you want to prevent, because as soon as you have staff, they need to get paid each and every month, you know, so and you need to make sure that you have a consistent sales strategy in place. And then you of course also need to have some systems, processes, checklists for your team in place, because it makes no sense. Lots of times I'm hearing, I don't want to hire staff because they need more work for me. That's not what you want. Yeah, you are hiring staff to be able to relieve some of your pressure and taking away some of the tasks. But they are only able to take away some of your task if they have some sort of experience. Okay, specifically as a startup, I did the same thing. I used some interns. Did not really work. I wonder why. And I know this. I still did it. Okay, so, and you need to bite the bullet and say, okay, so let's just do this because I'm having a certain amount of sales. I can start now hiring staff, growing my business, and these are the tasks they should take away from me. Yeah, and then don't think somebody, because I'm always thinking about myself, so I'm having a good overview and understanding. Okay, about the landscape here in South Africa. Just for you to know, I've done something similar also in Germany. I worked there for an economic development corporation, assisted businesses in a specific area in Germany, applying for government loans, grants, and also from the European Union. And so I had an idea of what this is all about. I'm quite strategic in my thinking, so, and that's how I learned this here quite quickly. And I can just say, okay, this is an advantage. You don't really qualify for this. Each of them have 20 pages rules and regulations, so I just need to have a look at and say, okay, because you don't have this in place, that's the only option we have. Yeah? Okay, and so I wasn't able to get now all of my information into one separate head, so I separated the tasks, and this is how we here at Funding Connection also were able to grow, and also in future able to grow easily, because we can have staff below my existing staff, and then it can multiply. Jake, good morning. How do you offer your business plan property development accommodation for student accommodation? We can do a business plan for you, Jake. That's absolutely not a problem. We are charging so the first aspect we are having is definitely, okay, student accommodation. We know it's local. There is one target market. And then we have a look at the total investment, because of course the more money you need, the more details the financiers want. Yeah, so do me a favor, Jake, just you have two options. You can go to our website, fundingconnection.coza. There's a contact page. There's even a button coming up on the right hand side where you can even via WhatsApp communicate with Cherise, and she will be able to ask you the right question and say, okay, this is what we can do for you, and this is how much we charge for it. Knowles, you are more than welcome to come to our office. We have our head office is in Hillcrest in Durban. We know South Africa is big, so I'm from Germany. The distances are crazy here. So we have a couple of funding consultants all over South Africa. You can also, of course, set up some meetings with them. You just need to have a look who's in your area. But you can also, if you want to do a Zoom call with me, that is also possible. And with my funding consultants, you will need to set up a meeting with them, please. Yeah? Tokozani, we are a small ISP and are struggling to upscale the business because of lack of funding. Finance institutions want you to have a turnover of 50K, but we are not there yet. Okay, so Tokozani, I'm not too sure to whom you spoke. Government institutions also finance startups. I think that you may need a strategy session. I promise you there are ways for you to go quickly to 50K a month. If you are not there, funding will not help you. Because Tokozani, I'm straightforward. Okay, so please, I want to help. There are some ways for you to get consistent sales. Remember what I said in the beginning? That is your first job as a business owner. Make sure you're having your sales as a certain level and being then able to just then grow, and then it makes sense to hire staff. Let me tell you, you are having no sales, you hire staff, you don't know how to do sales, they don't know how to do sales. That's what they are doing all day. Yeah, I'm having every Tuesday a consultancy with a young lady who just took over her father's business. We have the same problem there. Yeah, so we developed a couple of strategies and what to do. So for her to bring up the sales, we want at the moment definitely triple it in the next couple of months, and then again double it in another year. And they have the expertise, they have the skills, they have the space even. They don't have enough staff at the moment, but I'm not worried about that. Yeah, so we will get up there, because as soon as you have additional turnover, you are able to hire more staff. Okay. Only says true, that's where the problem starts. No, there's no. Okay, so that is not a problem, the 50,000 rand. But it makes no sense to apply for funding if you don't know how to get more clients. Yeah, so this is the first thing you need to figure out. And then of course it makes no sense now to approach as a small little company to approach corporates, and then they asking for a workforce of 120 people all over South Africa. You will not be able to do that. Yeah, so that's why having a clear understanding about your target market, all these things I've spoken last time about marketing for SMMEs at my masterclass in conjunction with the Wadhwani Foundation. That's exactly what I've talked about. Yeah. Asne, can you make a webinar for this on a Monday where you discuss strategies to bring up sales? Okay, we can do that. I will take that into consideration. I'm more than happy. You're giving me some ideas. Yeah, I'm so because I'm usually sitting there on a Friday, thinking about, okay, what happened last week? What do I think I need to share? Okay, so we will do this next week. Strategies to bring up sales. Yeah. You are here. The sales process starts here. We need to start here to be able to do that step by step. Yeah. Again, we have done now with one of my corporations. You will see that, I'm sure, this week also in our newsletter. So we have set up the first steps. They are all working, and my joint venture partner now has some challenges with the consulting and sales calls, and we just need now to figure out what's happening there and improve this. They have lots of strategy sessions, but she wasn't able to close any deals, and we just need now to see again. You do that with scripts, you need to it's not a let's see what it is really a strategy. And the strategy, like I said, doesn't start here. The strategy starts here with who's your target market, who's your best client. Yeah, and then I will break that down. I like that idea. That's definitely fun for me, and I think I can share there lots of information for what will assist you. Is there anything else? Okay, you all know how to apply for funding, you all know where to apply, you all know how to draft a business plan, you have an idea what is a pitch deck, what is a company profile. I'm always sharing this information also on my newsletters. I would say 2/3 of my newsletters are always information, and 1/3 is of course sales. Okay, that's also important here for us. To Kozani, our sales are pretty consistent. We are funding the equipment, which is very expensive. We have 200 households waiting patiently for us to connect immediately. When we resume connectivity, we are bogged down with requests. I think it would be better to have a consultation so that you understand the challenge fully. Okay, so Tokozani, if you're having so many inquiries and so many people are waiting for your connectivity, maybe for you to help with the cash flow, there is just charge a little bit upfront. So some connectivity fees or something like this. Yeah, because your business model, one of the challenges is that people out of a sudden, you installed everything and then people out of a sudden do not pay for it, you know, and then what do? Take the systems, the modems or whatever you install there away, and then you have second-hand modems, and because you said the equipment is very expensive. So it is easy, you know, it is easy to sell. Let me tell one of my joint venture partners. Okay, so what they have done is they offered everything for free and the clients only paid after success. How many clients do you think after success really came back to her and said, thanks very much, I'm willing to pay now, you have done a great job? Any estimations? Out of 200. No, nobody is brave enough to estimate anything here. Okay. 2. Yeah. So that is always the challenge. So you need to make sure that you manage your cash flow wisely, and there are some ways to do that. This would reduce maybe a little bit your amount of clients, but it definitely helps with your cash flow. Okay. Anything else? No questions. Let me just see. I'm not too sure if it shows it here on my side. That's why I'm going here on the other side. Okay. Wow, Tokozani hasn't lost a single client. I'm impressed. Okay. Definitely one of the biggest challenges with these internet provider services. Yeah, I can tell you that. So, but the other way around would definitely also assist you with your cash flow, because what you're doing at the moment, you're financing the equipment for your clients, and usually as a startup, you shouldn't do that. Yeah, puts you under lots of risk and under lots of pressure. Okay, so how many people? 17 people. No questions. Okay, so let me just share here my website with the contact form where you can then contact us. I know sometimes people are watching later on. Not everybody has the possibility to watch during normal working hour. Okay, so that is our website here. We run a livestock business and your company is busy with drafting our business plan. Which institution do you think we must target for funding? John, usually for livestock I would definitely recommend using Land Bank, because they still offer some blended funding, and blended funding means there's a portion as a grant available. Yeah. Yes, I think that's doesn't matter, beef, pigs, chicken, eggs, you know, I would always recommend definitely Land Bank. Yeah. Okay, so looks like there are no more questions. If there's anything else, please feel free contact us directly. Use Facebook Messenger. Yeah, Cherise is there on the other side to be able to assist you. You can also go to our contact page. It's again Cherise. Everything goes into one system, and she will there be able to guide you. We want that whenever you are contacting us, we want you to give you your next step. Yeah, I am absolutely clear if I think one of your business ideas is not fundable. I'm clear about the challenges you may face. Yeah, and so because what Tokozani's challenge will also be, because he or she, sorry, I don't know, will be financing the expensive equipment, and interest rate in South Africa is crazy expensive. Yeah, so we would also just need to have a look here at how much are they charging, and when did they really pay off the equipment inclusive of interest rate, and when they are really starting earning money. Yeah. Ask me, how difficult do you think it would be opening a boutique hotel in Franschhoek area for a niche market? Franschhoek is lovely, I know that. I've been there the last year twice. One time I was there for my birthday, and the other time in last year November. I had some of my German family meeting us for 7 days or 8 days, and we all loved Franschhoek. We would need to have a look if you want to take over an existing one, if you want to open a new one. How is the market at the moment in Franschhoek? Is there, because Franschhoek is expensive. I think we just wanted to have some water, and they charged us an arm and a leg. And we thought, really? So, and these were more European prices. I am used to European prices, but I'm not used to European prices in South Africa. Okay, so that means also you need to have a look who is your niche. You said you wanted to have it for a niche market. Do they have the money? Do they come? Are there enough clients? Okay, so in general, if there is there funding available for tourism-related businesses? Yes, there can be even a portion as a grant. That is possible. I have no idea how much capital you need, so this is really where we would need to dive a little bit deeper. Maybe we've done that a couple of times, have done a feasibility study or even only a market study. Just having a look, how does the market looks like there, because this is information the financier later on also want to see. Yeah. So we don't just start with a big business plan and then figure out, oh shish, the market is saturated in this area. That makes no sense. Asni, I think that you have a good understanding of the market in this area. Otherwise, because you said it's for a niche market, but you know what I mean. Sometimes the challenge for us as entrepreneurs is we are so much in love with our product or services, what we are offering, that we are sometimes missing that this is a business, and the business model needs to be strong. And the business model determines how you're earning money. Are you earning enough money? Are there enough clients in this and guests in this area who want to be there? Franschhoek is also, of course, international market. The challenge with Cape Town is it's only a couple of months you really can be there. So, do you think CIFA NEF cannot fund a livestock business? They have done that in between. The challenge is, why do you want to go to CIFA or NEF when you can get blended funding from Land Bank? Yeah. So I'm always having a look is what is your best option. So that is, if you can have a grant, I would go there. So, and CIFA and NEF only stepped up when Land Bank was not really able to finance livestock businesses. I'm not too sure how they feel about it at the moment. So if you insist on, we are more than happy just to give them a call and just confirm with them. I would always like to go to the experts. You know, they can assess your business so much easier than somebody who is not really experienced in livestock. Yeah, because livestock also has its own challenges. Yeah. Okay. So, anything else here? Nothing. You know where to get hold of us. You know where to get hold of Cherise. How you get our assistance. We want to, when you approach us, we want to give you your next step. And it can mean to say, okay, this will be difficult to raise capital. It can mean to say, we are not able to assist, but you can go there. Or it can mean, okay, we are able to assist. This is what we can do for you. Yeah? Nikki, I have a client looking for funding for a quest type of Find Your Purpose Camp for kids through nature-based activities, bringing internationals to Africa to experience this. Is this a feasible business? I have no idea, so that's why you see me think. And so my first part is, I like the idea. Okay, there is kids traveling on their own, so depends on how old they are. So kids for me are, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wouldn't send my kid through to Africa on their own. Okay, for a camp. The flights are usually too long. I traveled to different camps while I was a kid in Germany, but these were, you know, my parents just dropped me off 18 and up. Okay, so that these are not kids anymore, Nikki. I understand. And because the flights is longer, they may need to change flights. You definitely need to organize all this, that nobody's missing flights, because I missed my flights as a kid. They didn't take good care of me. It would be during a gap year. Yeah, I can. So the challenge is, I like the idea. I know that kids or young adults better in the US and in Germany are doing it. Africa is for lots of people a little bit of a scary place. You just need to make sure, okay, safety and security. And the biggest challenge is, of course, how you want to market it. Where do you find the parents who are able and willing to pay for a gap year like this? There's lots of competition. Funding for tourism. Yes, again, Nikki, that is fine. There is funding for tourism in general. That is not a problem. The challenge is how will you be able to find the clients, okay, or the guests. You know, how do you approach the parents? That's the biggest problem. It also has something to do how much capital do you need, and so there are a couple of other challenges we may need to face. Nikki, I think the best way is definitely just let's have a meeting all together and just see what is their idea, how do they want to do that, and then how do their idea now fit into any of the available funds, and then also determine, you know, so what I like to do is I have an idea, like to see what you want to do, how is your venture determined, seeing where it would fit, because then having small little screws where we say, okay, we to be able to raise funding you need to present it like this or present it like this, that is easy. But the idea in general needs to fit any of the criteria. Yeah? And I think that's the first step we need to determine. Okay, so half an hour later. Was it fun this morning to talk to you? and we definitely will see us next week, Monday again. And we will talk about some sales strategy. I have that in mind. I put that in my calendar so that I set that up. And then we just can talk about this, and I will explain to you how to do that best. Okay, take good care, everybody. Where is my button? Here is my end the video button. Okay, I'm wishing you an absolutely successful new week, and we'll see us either way in one of my consultations in between, or next week Monday again live here on Facebook. Take good care. Pleasure Nikki, pleasure Asne. Bye bye.